In the 11 plus, for the GL assessment, we have the spatial reasoning under the nonverbal reasoning.
Building blocks.
And it says work out which set of blocks can be put together to make the 3D figure on the left. So we have this and we have options. So you're now to find out which one of these can you put together to make what you have here on your left. So the block at the bottom of B rotates to become the block at the back of the figure. The two cubes move to the front. So that is why B is the answer. When you look at this, you will see that there are two cubes. Yep. So you need to think, okay, if there are two cubes, using the process of elimination, which one would you take out? So it must have at least two cubes. Okay, A, we can use A, we can use B, but we can't use C, so we're going to cross out C. Now we're left between A, B, and D. So how do we know what is at the back? Remember that objects don't float, so there has to be something under it that we can't see, and that's the whole reason for having special examples like this, is for you to know that there are objects don't just exist, float in space, meaning that if you say how many are here, you can't just say there are 1, 2, 3 cubes, or because there's something under there. Is either this is 2 cubes or this is a long cuboid at the back. So how do we know which one it is? I would say if it was a cube, it would have had a line there, somewhere there, to show that actually it's a cube sitting on another cube. But because it's long, then it shows that it's actually a cuboid, and that cuboid, and that's why it's B. For complete the shape, without rotating the figure on the left, work out which option fits onto it to make the 3D shape in the gray box. So you need to, looking at this, D rotates, so D rotates 90 degrees clockwise, anti-clockwise. Let me start again. Complete the shape question. Without rotating the figure on the left, work out which option fits onto it to make the 3D shape in the gray box. So which one will fit into this to make the 3D shape here? So we'll say D rotates 90 degrees anti-clockwise, meaning it goes back like that, 90 degrees anti-clockwise in the plane of the page. Okay, 90 degrees, and to fit with the figure on the left. So you have to rotate it 90 degrees anti-clockwise, and then it fits there to make a complete shape like that. Another question is the 3D rotation. Work out which 3D figure in the gray box has been rotated to make the new 3D figure. So which of these two has been rotated? To make this. And the answer says figure A has been rotated 90 degrees right to left. So from there to there, from there to there, right to left, clock. And that's why this is facing us. And the short bit is there and there. So that's why it is A. This one is fold along the line. Work out which option shows the figure on the left when folded along the dotted line. So when you visualize in your mind, just like when you're playing with doing an origami, draw a line there. When you fold it up, you'll see that it will be an A. So the small triangle above the dotted line folds down, and that's why it's A. Fold and punch. A square is folded and then a hole is punched as shown on the left. Work out which option shows a square when unfolded. So an example is that we have a rectangle. Okay, we have a square, then it's folded into a rectangle, and that rectangle is folded again into a square. Now a hole is punched in the middle. The question is, work out which option will actually show how the square will be when you unfold it. So from the look of it, you can see when you punch the hole there, it's more like working your way backwards. Working your way backwards into there, you'll see it's going to have 2, and then bringing it back up is going to have 4. So that's why it's got 4 punches. And the answer is. Now connecting shapes. Work out which option shows how the 3 shapes will look when they are joined by matching the sides with the same letter. So where it is A, this is B, this is A, this is B, they're asking you if this side is A, put this side here, this side here, put it here, and then put this B here, the base of the triangle, put it up there. What would it look like? That's the question. So in options B and D, the square is only connected to one of the other sides. But in option A, the rectangle is connected to the wrong side of the square. So we're left with actually C, because when you look at it, this is the A bit and this is the triangle bit. So sometimes you might just have to look at the way the question, look at the answer, the options you're given, and try to work out, so where is A here, where is B there, on which one is the answer. Now this is another one, hidden shape. Work out which option contains the hidden shape shown. It should be the same size and orientation. So remember, same size and orientation. So if it's standing, it should be that same way. It should be standing as well. So you're not meant to turn it around or rotate it. So let's see, where can we find this? And we can see right away it's hidden in here, just like a treasure hunt. So B is the answer. It would have been that, but it's smaller. It could have been that, but it's rotated, so no. And here I can't even find it. Can I? No, I can't find it in D. That's why B. 2D views of 3D shapes. Work out which option is a 2D view from above the 3D figures shown. So you have this 3D figure shown. When you look, that's why your eyes are from above. When you look, it's just like you are the drone. If you're a drone and you're looking at the building down, how would you see it? And that's the question. So we can see straight away there is a space in there. Okay, so that means this is a cube put in front of another cube, then there's a space, and then there's another cube. So, but we are looking at it from the top, so we're not concerned about what happens under. So from the top, we can see there are 4 blocks visible from above, which rules out B and D. So it can't be B, because from the top you can see this one and you can see this 3. So there should be 4 you can see from the top. B and D. B is 3, D is 5, so that is wrong. So we're left with A and C. Now there is a line of 3 blocks on the right hand side of the shape, which rules out C. So on the right here, There is a block, so that should be more like it, not this. So here is an example for you. What do you think the answer is? Work out which option is a 2D view from the left of the 3D figure shown. So from this 3D, looking at it from the side, always look at where the eyes are looking at it from the side of the build, or well, let's assume it's a building, from the side. And the good thing is they've painted, or they've colored, not painted now, they've colored one of the cubes so that you can understand what's happening here. And we can see straight away, it can't be A because there's no colored bit. And I can see there are two blocks, is it rows now you call them? Two rows. And we can see this says 3, this says 3. No, it can't be C, it can't be D. It has to be B. And let's see, yep, it is B. There are 3 blocks visible from the left. There are 3 blocks visible from the left, which rules out C and D. There is a blue block at the top of the figure, which rules out A. Make sure you are reading your questions correctly, so that, make sure you're reading the instruction correctly. Okay, let's start again. So, different views of 3D shapes. Make sure you're reading your instruction correctly and then your question correctly to answer them. Work out which option is the 3D figure viewed from the right. So you're looking at it from the right here. Which one is it? It says there is a vertical block 2 cubes high visible at the front. Yeah, so you can see that visible at the front. So if I'm looking at it, I would be looking at a long tower and a short tower there. So I should have this on when I'm looking at it, I should have yes, that, but this is not in front. So misplaced priority, I'll cancel that. Looking at this, I have a long one, a tall one. So this tall one should be in front actually when you're looking at it from here. And so not C, not B, not A, it is, sorry, not A, not B, not D, but it is C. There is a vertical block 2 cubes high visible at the front when viewed from the right, which rules out A. Here's another one. Work out which option is a 3D figure viewed from the back. Okay, so if you have to look at it from the back, I think you should have, looking at it from the back, you should have that on your right, a tall one, and a cube on your left. So let's see. Blue on your right. Looking at it from the back, you can only see the blue protruding towards you when you're looking from the front, but from the back it's not protruding. So I will strike out D because it's not protruding. Then I have this square here should actually be a square, not, this square which makes up a cube should actually be a cube. So this is a cube, the blue one is a cuboid, this is a cube, and the tall one is a cuboid. So the cube should be on the right, on the left. On the left, yeah, cube. We strike out C because that looks like a cuboid. So we have torn between A and B. Now this one, we can see this is tall. It's very tall. So I wouldn't say it's this because it's shorter than this when you view it from the back. So the answer should be B. And there we go. In option A, the middle block is the wrong size. The cube is gray, which rules out C. When viewed from the back, the blue block should go away from you, which rules out D. That's which of the four cubes can be made from the net? Which of these four cubes can be made from the net? With cubes, there is no, looking here, we know from what we've learned about cubes, there are some sides that are opposite to each other that you can't see. So for example, this here is opposite to this one here. So when it forms a cube, you must not be able to see both of them at the same time. The same thing with this one here and this one here. They are opposite of themselves when you put them in a when you form them into a cube, so you should only see one side at a time. So if you see the side, you shouldn't be able to see the side, and if you see the side, you shouldn't be able to see that top there. Same logic goes to this part and this part. So if you see this part of the cube, you must not be able to see this part. So let's go. So I will say this circle here, so you can see a circle. Yeah, we can see a circle, we can see that, that's fine, but then there is no dark shade. So using snaps, the shape, there is no dark shape in this, so I cancel A. Which other figure can I not see? I cannot see two of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexagon. I can only see one of the hexagons, so this shows two hexagons, so I cancel D. That means A and D are eliminated. Now let's look at B and C. So with B, you have that, you have that, you have this, you have, oh, you cannot see these two at the same time. So this middle here and this one on the left, you cannot see them at the same time. So it's either you see this or you see that. So for it to show on the cube, that is a no-no. We are left with C, and C is the answer because, yeah, you can see a circle, you can see that bit here in the middle, and you can see that. So this bit is what has been formed to make this. Let's go. So it says there is no black circle, which rules out A. Yep. The thick black line and the thin black line must be on the opposite sides, which rules out B. Yep. And this, only one gray hexagon, which rules out D. Partial nets. Work out which of the four partial nets can be folded to make the cube on the left. So for example, using this, the arrow points away from the circle. So using this, you remember we have the missing shapes, opposite sides, or pointing direction as our clue. So when you use that, we can use the pointing direction to figure out this question. The arrow points away from the circle, which rules out A, so A is cancelled, and none of the shapes can be on the opposite sides because this triangle, this arrow and this square are on the opposite sides and you can't see them together here. So that means B is not it. Then C also has this arrow here and the circle there on the opposite side. So it can't be C either. So it is D. Shaded nets. Work out which of the 3Ds can be made from the nets. So you can see the rectangles there are all white, so that says to me that I must have a rectangle, they must have rectangle faces, and that strikes out B, that strikes out C, that strikes out D. We only have A. So in the net, all the rectangular faces are white, which rules out B, C, and D. The figures on the left show different views of the same cube. All the cube faces are different. Work out which of the options should replace the blue cube face. And here is the example. So looking there, you can see in the first two figures here and here, the gray triangle points to the white heart. So you can see the gray triangle pointing to the white heart there, the tip of the white heart. So we expect that in the third triangle, third figure in the third cube, the gray triangle must also point to the white heart. So it must point to the white heart. That means the white heart is the
Time to watch these videos. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below if you like the videos we have for you today. Remember to always come on here to check for more of our beautiful videos, educational videos, inspiring videos. Thank you. Bye-bye.